But I mentioned that Fierce, if they could have, they should have got Train. And they didn't. Hopefully this is going to be them showing that they actually are good on Train and that it's one of their strong maps, in my memory at least, for a reason. So it looks like they're doing like their set pistol. Capers with the P250 flash smoke. Smoking back towards Ivy, I believe. Emin smoking as well, and the flashes will be coming through.
Burst goes out.
That's a team headshot.
Dink down, yeah. There's actually a spam for the back. Crit left very low there on 13 HP. Fazam with the double kill. Kicks it off very nicely into this opening pistol. Trials to try to trade it back, but Emin is going to be able to dispatch him fairly fast. And it is falling to bits a little bit here. It is just Tricks and Rez that remain. Emin goes for the extension round. That's one. Should be the second, which it will. Doubles down, and Fierce Esports pick up that round.
So it looked like F-Sun was lagging then when he went for that first kill, didn't it?
I thought it looked like he slowed down a little bit. And I was like, what's going on there? I just thought the server was dying.
I don't know. I'm not too sure, because he was lagging earlier, is the thing. So it's like that could be a relatively reasonable statement to say that he was lagging on the way in.
We have just gone to a tap ports as well, so could potentially be something along those lines. It did seem like his internet might have been...
He did get the kills, which for you is the thing that saved that situation, right? Because it didn't start off great for him, did it? He got dinged in the back of the head, and then lagged straight into that next bit. I say Train's one of the weirder maps though with this new money system, because you get 1900 for losing pistol. You could all get scouts if you wanted to. On a map like Train.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that's, you know, if you wanted to do it like this, you could do everybody gets a scout and a HE. Meaning, if you get the tags, if it does come to a post plant, you could, if you know where the player is, you could just grenade it assuming they've been tagged. But this is the classic. Watch for the close electric push, fast down pop, straight outside execute, and they're actually stacking like the UKPL stack. I do like to see that. It's like a tank. Tank of men.
The war machine.
Also known as Laser.
The bicep. Just the one.
Just the one.
Yeah. Crit, the last man alive, should be going down in just a matter of time. They're going to get the bomb plant as well, so the additional cash bonus will be picked up. Cape is on the hunt, trying to find him. They will pre-fire the angle. I don't expect him to be there, though, as they spread out and look for him.
Yeah, Swaggy's the only player who should be trying to hunt due to having that SMG. But Capers, thinking about it, he's healthy enough that it doesn't make a difference what Quid does shoot him with. And they do get the second round, but because U4X did eco, it looks like they will be buying into this one. And on Train, it means you're guaranteed to have no AWP unless Rez goes to no armor here. He is debating that. He does go armor now. Quite heavily focused on getting those Molotovs out as well. Rez and Triax both going Molotov smoke, as opposed to HE, smoke, flash, or any other iteration. The Capers, he's seen nobody close to electric. They're going to go fast down electric again, two of the players looks things. In fact, they're double... Capers will have given the information there is nobody close pop. Why are they double dropping down? That just seems innately stupid to me. Like, there's
weird.
No argument for that. Unless
Yeah.
Capers has just gone... Nothing. Just said literally nothing.
Head down.
They could have been all the way down and found out it smoked way earlier. They could have been boosting in pop, looking over that smoke. Now they're going to do that. Good. And our hype is cleared close, so they shouldn't have to check E-box if they do come out, I guess, or close to pop rather. Just a matter of time really. The CTs need to force the issue. No grenades. And they've been pushed into in every angle.
Yeah, when the crunch comes through, Fierce Esports are favoured, and Fazam keeps it going as well as he gets the headshot over. Crit, it's just Trix that remains in a 1-on-3. And this is quite a precarious position to actually be in. It's not ideal for him.
Yeah, as I mentioned, the fact that they bought on the third, it means there is no kit. Next to no grenades left. Like Trix, he's got a Molotov, but you're not really going to be able to do much with that in a 1v3. And the bomb does go down, no kit, as I mentioned. He needs to find the kills soon, and Hype, technically looking for it, wins the fight. I can't help but feel like this is going to be a bit of a stomping game. Just from what we've seen earlier.
It's looking like it right now. Especially on Train as well. It feels like Fierce would be favoured, and a majority of these rounds, they have just been able to explode on them.
Yeah, it's classic. Like I mentioned, like, is this a team? Like, you know, is there a team factor to it? Because I imagine Train is like that middle of the pack map for them, whereas Fierce, I feel like this is probably their third best map, if not second. Really, it might not be on their preferred like list themselves. Ooh. I mean, 5-7 to the face from quite a close range there. It didn't even feel like he was on his screen, like from the angle we saw.
Yeah, he just got slumped with it. And it's not ideal at all, really, for the position they're now in. The push is going to come around. Capers with a flick up, takes down Ghosty. Res for the D, we're going to respond, and the double kill does come through. It's just Swaggy and Fazan that are left alive.
His armor on that AK. He's already got 2 kills and we'll make that 3. And he looks like he's probably going to get 4 here as well. Like, he's low though, but he does get it. So, that 1 kill technically given away by Emin at B results in the round being taken, which it's very rare that you do have a case like that where 1 kill decides the entire round, especially when their team's ecoing. But it seems very odd because it turns out that Emin's actually the caller as well. I found out he was sitting in the middle during those games at Epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out he's in the middle and he is calling. So that's quite an interesting one for me. I previously thought it was Capers.
Yeah, I assumed so as well.
So he did have that time of testing it, didn't he?
Yeah, that's where I thought the role was at, when he was sort of in charge of that for a while.
Yeah.
He was still quite active, more so in a lot of the rounds. I remember sort of when things started going wrong, he was the one to try and get people at least thinking again and slow down the game.
I suppose that's always going to be the case. If you've IGL'd for a bit and then somebody else comes in to take over, you'll start feeling like you need to help them a lot more because you know how much is on their shoulders when it comes to thinking about needing to do things. Efsan could get the drop on the player here, and he does. He knows there's another player close as well. Technically doesn't need to take that face. Swaggy thankfully gets that first kill, and Ghosty, he's already got 2 kills this run. He needs to force the issue outside. Tri-X saves him, I suppose. Swaggy last alive. They know where he is.
1-on-2 with the AWP. Can he really get too much going for himself here? 55 seconds on the clock. He goes for the push out. We'll just hold for the meantime. Doesn't look like he's going to extend just yet, Ben.
Got a lot of time to play with is the thing. Like, Ghosty's holding that pop angle just so to guarantee if he does go anywhere, I know he can't go pop. But the longer he waits, there's a small little bit in the back of his mind thinking he might have gone towards alley. He can go all the way around behind me if I stay in this back like plant area. Swaggy changing the AK is what I like as well, because I don't like people actually keeping the AWP very often into like a 1v2. Hunt comes through. Unfortunately, the feet showing there to Ghosty. 3 kills in the round with the AWP. And I feel like the bigger impact there was Tri-X arriving onto the scene late in Z. Gets 2 kills straight at the get-go. That changes how that round could have gone. Just when I thought it might be a bit of a stump for Fierce, they give up some rounds in a bit of a silly way. They're not even fully bought into this round either. Hype's bought out using all of his money. Everybody else is kept, you know, that 2k region. Very weird.
Ooh. Hype with the deagle.
Wins that firefight.
Yeah, just unloads upon trials there as he gets the flick up. Not too ideal. It does now leave us with a 4-on-5. Fierce Esports, then you have the one real firearm, which is on Fazan, it's just a UMP. They're spread thin, but they are grouped up more majority towards that B site, as they do get in position to try and go for a play. 1 minute and 16 seconds left on the clock.
It feels like the plant will be a given here unless Tri-X lands a perfect Molotov onto the site. Smoke lower comes down instead. The Molotov is going to try and stop them from getting across, but technically that player, Swaggy just runs straight through. He knows I can get this plant down. So Hype still has a gun here, and he's got armor as well. I mentioned at the start, he's the only player who bought up here. Very unusual round situation.
So 3-on-4. Retake starting to develop as the push is coming out. Full frontal assault from 3 players as they move up together as a squad. They're going to push in. The backstab crunch from Crit will also come in at the same timing. Does get the initial frag. Tries to readjust. The trade is there. And they're starting to be punished. It is now just on Res and Ghosty to save the day. 2-on-2. Big spam coming up. But the kill from Fazan will win them the round. Oh, the double kill as well.
He's got 11 kills this game already. Like, he started quite strong on Mirage, to be fair. But like, they were at such a deficit that didn't really make a difference how well he started. Now on Train, clearly got that bit of frustration out of his system. The issue I'm seeing though is Trials has not had a good start on Ivy.
No.
He pushed Ivy once through the smoke, died to Emin. Last round he was pushing it again, dies to Hype. And if that's a recurring trend, then having Ivy be that, you know, loose as a position is such a horrible situation for a team to be in.
Ooh.
It's popping off now, isn't he?
Yeah, Fazan's feeling himself into this game so far. I mean, he's just running around absolutely owning people with the AK. It's been crisp as ever. Trials as well, about to be tested even further into this game as the backstab will be there.
He's on the other side of it.
Gets detected. Yeah, just unlucky.
Hype had a taser, or did Trials have a taser? One of them did.
One of them did go for the taser by hoping for the best.
Yeah, that's quite an interesting little battle that could have occurred.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose Hype didn't actually get rid of it either, he kept it. So, notice there's no icon for the taser on the actual side.
What, on Panorama?
Yeah.
Probably just because people just don't use it.
You'd think there'd be a slot though, wouldn't there?
Yeah,
Because
well,
when somebody picks up the bomb, it moves the armor to the side. There's room to put the taser to the left of the money if you really want to.
Maybe just down in the utility area.
Yeah.
I suppose it just doesn't get used enough for them to...
Yeah. I understand when people pull their knife out, it does show. Cool. Actually, no, it doesn't, does it?
No.
Yeah, it just highlights when they've got the pistol out or whatever weapon.
I guess because maybe it counts as a... Counts as the same slot? I don't know.
Not too sure. 5 nade buy. They've been doing a lot of damage at main every time they've run these grenades. And unfortunately, the player that was outside has dodged all 5 of them.
Yeah, been able to bounce his way straight out. Cape is just a distraction tool. And it's worked. They've got in towards B, and they're going for a huge wrap here. As they do start to push up. Zan and Co. looking for the early entries. Hype going to get one. Up with the double down as Trix and Crit have both been eliminated. It's up to Rez and Ghosty. Ghosty with the AWP comes in from behind, tries to line them up. But will only take down one man. Fazan finally finished off. He was on 1 HP. And it's a one-on-one. Emin versus Ghosty. Emin. He wasn't a fan of KFC when he tried it for the first time at Epic Land, Ben.
Was he not?
No, he said he hated it.
What?
He said it was too greasy. And it wasn't very tasty. Is he a fan of winning clutches?
I hope not. Because frankly, if you hate KFC,
Yeah.
I don't like you. God.
He was very against it.
That's despicable.
Yeah.
So Ghosty's on with the full 200 IQ play here. He knew the bomb was down, and Emin is walking straight into his path by looks things. Depends. Can Ghosty land this shot? Thankfully, Emin walking out as well. So Ghosty's 4 kills in the round. Purely because the player running around with the bomb was on his own, completely isolated, caught him out. Another bad round to lose though, another silly one really. It was against an eco again. So peculiar. They lose 1 round to actual buy, and then they lost the other 2 to ecos. Not the worst issue to have as a team, I guess.
No, it's not too bad at all. Ooh.
Still something you'd want to rectify as soon as possible, and that grenade is not helping.
Yeah, the nade going to hit him right on the nose.
Scum.
Or Ghosty should get a free kill. Does. Trade it back instantly there upon Swaggy. Trials also comes through on Emin. And they are finding these critical picks now. The backstab slowly starting to develop from Capiz as he extends around. We'll get a tag off on towards Trials, leaving him on 67 HP. Ghosty is wobbled down to 83.
Look where the bomb is though. So if Capiz wants to have much impact in the round, he kind of needs to go get the bomb, or they have to just give up the entirety of B. And they're doing neither right now. And Trials, he actually will see the bomb. Whether he sees it on radar or if he just acknowledges it in other ways without looking at it itself, he has the bomb. So this round, arguably gone from a sure win to now a bit of a question mark. Because I don't think Trials saw that bomb, based on the way he's moving around.
Doesn't seem like it at all.
I think somebody else might have shouted that he did see it. Because it didn't look like he acknowledged it.
Yeah.
Normally you'd look at the bomb actually on the play. Oh, I've got bomb.
Yeah, he just carried on going. Ooh.
He actually hit him through the corner of the wall.
That's rough. He's low, but he is still alive.
He legged him as well.
The double leg.
And Hype knows Bogdan's law is in effect. Oh! What a shot!
Ghosty with the flicks. This guy's an absolute lunatic. Hype's going to have to bail out and try and go for the play on his own. It's a 1-on-2. Does have an AWP. Trials looking into the angle to try and get a bit of clearer audio there to relay what is going on. As Hype bounds his way over. Goes for the bomb plant. Does go down. 1-on-2. Takes the early face, but misses the initial shot, and the CZ of Ghosty will kill him. And that is another 3K there for Ghosty.
You can see the adrenaline's coming through him, can't you? Like the way he's moving around. Confident peak there as well.
Just takes the fight.
Yeah. So another round by Fierce. Another stupid loss, technically. Like, it makes you wonder if they eliminated these tiny errors, which they are tiny. Some player just carry the bomb, please.
Yeah.
Like that kind of level. It changes everything, right? Because they could be up, arguably not a 10-0 here, really. Instead, it's only a 6-4. And you get what you're thinking. When do they actually have a mistake pay off, or like hit them even harder than they currently are? Really good nade. They're going straight down low draw as well. So unfortunate try. He's not had a good start at B, to be honest. He's been absolutely ruined each time they've gone there.
Yeah, the fast style of play that's been coming out from Fierce has worked very well to at least get the entries towards that B site. And it is now 3 versus 4 as the round.
There's so many enemies.
Spots them all out at least, and has to just glide away in his wingsuit. But Crit will punish him, brings it back into a 3v3 now.
So Ghosty, Molto in the site, trying to force that one player off, but Capers with the AWP on site deals with the issue at hand. And the only player on the CT side who can buy is Ghosty, 7 grand. The rest, they're forced into a double eco really. I think you buy around Ghosty. His AWP's been doing quite a lot of work, to be fair to it. So you can see the buy now coming in, somebody has initiated that cause. And Ghosty electing to not go for a kit, despite having 1200. Not to go for an incendiary grenade, despite having 1200. Not even a sidearm, despite having 1200. Yeah. He could have had a lot of things.
Didn't want him, Ben. Just wanted the 1200. Just wants that cash.
Getting the interest on that one.
Never wants to be without an AWP.
Apparently not. The question is, will that come back to bite?
Ooh, well, the backstab definitely has. Emin gets his jaws around Rez, finishes off the first man. There's another trade coming through from Swaggy as he adjusts onto Crit. And there's only Trials, Trix, and Ghosty that remain. 3 players alive. What can they actually get up? 2 Trials with the first, with a 5-7. Punishes Hype. Emin gets the counter pick back. And it's just Trix and Ghosty that remain now left on a 2 versus 4. Oh, the push coming through, trying to get the tags off Trix. Doesn't fancy it in the end.
Yeah, Ghosty got tagged quite heavily during that round as well. Despite not having much of an impact across the board, he kind of needs to stay alive here.
Cool.
So one of the rare instances apparently where Fierce do beat the eco round quite convincingly, or at least the like half force buy round. 8-4. If they were to come back and actually lose this game, it would be a horrible like VOD to watch back, just because of how silly the errors have been. But thankfully they're trained ordinarily a CT side map. 8-4 lead on the T side is looking quite good. Just look at the kills difference on that CT side. Ghosty on 12, Crit on 8, and that's just 3 4s. And I mentioned F-Sam playing well as well, 19 kills. Very convincing so far, even though, yeah, those rounds I keep mentioning had gone that way. Oh no, he's going to be overwhelmed. There's a lot of them around.
Yeah, it's not going well. Emin going to get the headshot though, takes down Crit. Trials, responds with the P250. The backstab from Cape is
play close
to keep extending the lead into the round, but Trix, no, he was expected and dispatched quite quickly. Fierce Esports, they're so close to picking up this 9th round. Surely they're going to achieve it. There's no way they should really go down from this, but they are going to be punished. Luckily, Swaggy can adjust with the AK and get the tag off.
Still only 2v1 though, when you think about things, like, consider how that round started. It looked really great for them. Emin died, got traded, but then Capers got 2.
Yeah.
To go down to a 2v1 when they bought nothing and just saved an AWP, it's not great. Ghosty, no kit. Yeah. Arguably because of that $1,200 he didn't spend last time. Oh god. He thought a bit too strong about the thing. He was thinking like 3 steps ahead of what he was already playing.
So he wanted to just try and basically get in front of it.
He was trying to find out where the other player was.
Yeah. But it's just like, yeah, that's
You've got a massive gun.
But you are huge. Yeah, like, you've got the AWP out. You're in front of his his vision.
It wasn't even like a case of like FOV being bigger than usual. Like you've gone in front
just
of
walked in front of his vision.
Yeah.
You can see what he wanted to do with that there. It makes sense, but he's just done it wrong.
If he had a kit there, I bet he plays it differently.
Yeah.
I bet he goes to the kill instant and taps the bomb because he knows he has more time to play with. Instead, he just does that.
Tries to push out, wanted to find a second player.
Because he needed to as well. Yeah. That was his play. Like that was all he had. But I suppose because of that money he did save, he's now able to get an AWP again. Always the benefit, isn't there? Depends if you can get anything done with it though. So the boost and pop's going to come through. I think Ghosty's playing on top of green as well. If they're able to get this kill. Oh, he just dropped off. In fact, that smoke was actually different to what it usually is.
Ooh. Correct with the kill on Hype. Going to be able to spam his way through him and take him down. Capers trades it back with the AK at least. He gets the headshot off on Trials. Capers doubling down as he extends out. Did want to try and get the third follow-up headshot. But couldn't quite muster it up this evening as it is just left on a 2-on-2. Fierce, quite far ahead into the round. But can they actually shut it down as Rez charges headstrong on like a rhino and gets the headshot.
Very weird peek from Efsan on upper. Like he missed that first shot onto Ghosty at Z, but he went for that reface for no reason whatsoever. Dies for it, and ultimately that loses them the round, really, if I'm honest. Like they could have been, like there was a better way of winning that round. Unfortunately, he just goes for the lower chance, apparently. You can see the utility. And look at the flashes, or enemies flashed, rather, from Swaggy.
22.
Remember there was the map at that Grossman Casino thing, where Max had 40 on train.
That was pretty wild.
And that was only like a 22 round game as well.
Classic Mighty Max.
Yeah. Passed out mains coming through the F-stand. He's not done any utility gem or flashed enemies so far. He has shot a lot of them down though.
Ooh, Capers gets the kill on Ghosty. Crit. Looking to try and adjust. Swaggy going to come through with a headshot back over on Trials now as it falls into a 2 versus 4. Mass advantage for Fierce. They are letting it slip so slightly, but luckily enough, Fazan can trade, and it's just a matter of time now. This should be a 10-5 half in favour of Fierce Esports, which is a pretty huge lead.
Question is, can Trix actually catch 2 of them in the back here? That's 1, should be 2, and he does have a Molotov for Capers. Capers needs to face the angle he's on. But the longer he waited, the more scared he gets that the player's coming closer. Unfortunately for Trix, though, he doesn't have a clue where Capers actually is. Molotov comes in. Capers does have smoke to put out. He's missed it!
Oh, he's missed it.
No! You hate to see it.
That's
rough. You hate to see it.
You're going to throw it directly into the fire if you want it to pop straight away. Instead it just bounces and rolls out of there.
He could have thrown it. I don't understand throwing it that side.
No.
If anything, you throw it more behind you so you can get more movement out of pop.
So the smoke doesn't...
Yeah, so the smoke doesn't block you. Or block your vision, at least. But instead, we get that situation which... If we think about mishaps that have resulted in U4X rounds, we're probably thinking 5? If I'm honest.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad on Fierce's behalf.
Yeah, you have got to think, the scoreline could be even much further in their favour.
Yeah.
If they would have been able to have a couple of things go their way.
But unfortunately, that means they're now going to have to rely onto that CT side, which can collapse fairly quickly if you have not got quite to grips with it. But it looks like U4X might just be going for a fast play towards B, perhaps? It's 5 armor. Instead, they're going for the burst Capers. A lot of info to be had here, and F-Son's playing the bait. That coil, I think, is not helping.
No, gets detected, starts to aggress as the push will come through, and he's going to slip his way straight out in towards that B bomb site. The tags are coming out rapidly, though, as they're trying to dink him down. Capers for the first, Ghosty with the follow-up frag back from the Glock. They're swarming around, but Capers keeps it going with the USP. He's able to deny at least for the meanwhile, keeping them back. They do have the bomb plant down. That's the difference maker in Trials. He's just gone huge into the round. That is the saving grace for them there, really. This should be the final blow. We'll be in favour of Trials once again as well. So that's 3 kills found for him, and a 7th picked up for U4X.
If you remember a few seasons ago, it was on Train that Batsmani crew upset Endpoint as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Although there's not many players here that were probably playing in that match. I think it was Crit might be the only one that was, in fact.
Yeah, I think up to that's an entirely different team now.
Yeah, but it's one of those maps though apparently that does result in upsets fairly often. And it would just be very sad if Fierce do lose this map based on how they had looked that first half. Because technically they should have been... It was a very one-sided half. The fact that they're now looking at a possibility where this scoreline gets evened up is a bit weird. That flash is actually missed. Bit awkward.
Oof. 2 AK kills picked up. Swaggy is going to go down. They're now starting to push out and go for this extension. 5 Emin and Cape is the last 3 that are alive. Equal spam coming through. Crit trying to get the shot off. We'll be able to eliminate Emin. Cape is. He's got the taser this time. Hype also with the taser. Getting spammed up at. Tried to dive in and get the taser off, but couldn't quite do it.
And Cape is hoping someone goes close enough. But I feel like as soon as, I believe it was Rez that gets that kill on Hype, you just say, he was trying to tase me. Doesn't look like, I was going to say nobody's learned from that issue, but
yeah,
the taser actually misses due to the inaccuracy. I believe from getting hit in the head. 9 to 8. Cape is kind of forward and up there. Glass cannon. And he was tempting the upper peak, wasn't he? But ultimately, if he wanted to peek up and they Molotov'd it, I think he would probably die straight up. Instead, they're playing nobody B for the first 20 seconds. This is quite bizarre. It's a big risk. Like, if you remember from the past, whenever Cape has played B on Train, he would always play so far back. He'd essentially play retake. Like, every single round. So B is the correct call here, I feel. He misses the shot! I mean, he does like Trials, but you've got to be thinking that's a free kill. Very bizarre.
Ooh. Rez gets the kill on Capers. Swaggy trades it back at least, tries to get the adjustment as well. Crit and Trials take a kill apiece, and it is up to Emin now on a 1-on-3. As he's pushing down, able to unload with that M4. Eliminates Crit. Still looks for what more he can get into the round, Ben. This should go 9-9 at this point, because it isn't looking too good at all for Emin into this round. Tries to save the AWP, and looks like he will be able to at least evacuate with that.
Yeah, grabs that, and will save it. So the score is tied up 9-9 though. It's such a weird game. I don't know. First half it should have probably been like 12-3 to fit. Like very easily 12-3. And now 9-9. U4X in a good position to take a lead as well. Pause does come through. I imagine that's to talk about the buy on the Fierce side, right? Very odd. Oh, well, that was a very quick pause, actually, thinking about it. Might have been a temporary tech.
Could have been.
So Hype's not had a fantastic game so far, 8-14. He was pretty good on Mirage, even though they did lose. He still looks pretty good. That was a Molotov missed as well by the T side. That Molotov was meant to land at the back of Bomb. Unfortunately, missing out means that Hype can do the movements as he has just done there.
Ooh. Yeah, this is pretty rough for them. They're just being unloaded upon here. 3 versus 3. Tons of damage done there from that nade as it rolls out. The retake seeming like it is going to come through. Emin bursts out. Goes into the crosshair of Crit, who will get the first kill. The spray paint back through.
You can see Cape is in the background just then when he was lurking through. Unfortunately, he does get seen by Crit. Last man alive, F-Sam. Does get that first kill, but ultimately that doesn't really mean too much. The fact that they were able to take out that AWP, he only had 1 kill on the map during that round. Now Fierce losing for the first time this map, 10-9 in favour of U4X, and a pause does come through once more. And obviously due to the panorama update, or no, yeah, no, it might be ESEA actually. It's ESEA's half-time thing where the stats do not update along the way.
Yeah, it's only halves that you get.
Because I'd be impressed if Hype got 8 kills with 0 ADR. That'd be quite phenomenal. How's he managed that one? But he's flashed 6 enemies though. Yeah. That's what matters.
That's all that you can really take away from that.
Apparently so.
Ooh. Fast face from Rez.
That was a really good spawn.
Yeah, Fazan gets deaded. Push comes out as well over towards Pop Dog. Smoke gonna go down on top of the smoke.
The burst is going to come straight through that.
Ooh,
surely.
The timing is everything.
If they had burst that, that was a free kill on Emin. The burst comes through now, but it's just too late. I mean, he got 2.
Oh, and the trade from Swaggy. This should go 10-10 at this position, and it still keeps on giving as well. Capers gets the tag off on Triox and begins to fall back, gets that kill now, and it's all down to Crit and a 1-on-3.
Couldn't quite get anything done. I mean, you gotta say that all stirs from Emin getting those 2 kills, right? You did all that tag toward main. I don't know why you were ready to burst Pop anyway. You were just waiting for that Molotov to go. Surely if it gets smoke, you just say, go through it, because they won't expect you to have gone through it as soon as it like bloomed. Instead, they hesitate, they all start pulling back, and then suddenly they're out main, and you're just like, oh shit, like, we have to move out. Unfortunately, nothing happens, right? Well, Trials actually made the play. He did actually run out a bit, and that doesn't surprise me. He's quite a hyper player.
He is quite aggro.
Well, that's good nade. Ooh, 40 damage onto one, 19 on the other. Solid grenade from Hype. He was saying at LAN how he actually hates playing Ivy. It's very boring.
Has been quite a quiet game from him towards the position as well, but maybe this is the time where he will get tested, and Ghosty with the AK just deals with him quite easily there.
Yeah. Swaggy though, the only player outside right now. He kind of needs to make it work. F-Sun's in ladder. Timing not on his side though. Trials arrives just in time. At first, they have no idea where this bomb is going. They assume it's going to be B, but the bomb is so far away that it might as well be going A. And I think it is. Yeah, Triox, he managed to go at Ivy after that kill onto Hype earlier on in the round. A lot of grenades being used towards it. Holding back Swaggy's rotate, and Capers now coming with the other AWP. So 2 AWPs on a retake towards A. It's a bit of a rough situation. Although, the AK being available changes things a bit. Time's ticking, there 20 seconds. Ooh. Swaggy's nearly on for the ace here. He's probably going to get it.
Big.
They get it.
Capers actually with the adjustment takes down Crit. I mean, they win the round, and that is going to be the 11th now picked up for Fierce.
That's such a... It's another bad round lost by the T side this game. Like, ultimate, that was probably... I would consider that to be a 2v5 myself. Even though that the third CT might not have dropped as Swaggy got the kill, it would still be considered to be... It was basically just 2 players left. And for some reason they gave Swaggy the chance. Like, that lurk didn't need to be so aggressive. And then there was people facing. I don't know, they were in bad post-bomb positions too. It was really weird. And they're going towards B, and unfortunately there's a second player here. That's an easy peek. The bomb got spotted too.
Ooh.
F-Sun's having fun with him here.
Oh, he's loving it, Ben. Easy kills as he's just lining them all up and mowing them all down. Trials will be able to respond, at least sees it in close range, and has now been given an M4. But he is being spammed to bits. Does finally go for the full extension. Straight into the crosshair of Emin, who will trade it back. Ghosty, just a matter of time before he is finished off. And that should be the 12th round for Fierce.
It should be, assuming nothing crazy happens, I guess. But he does have bomb, no armor unfortunately, and he did hit the floor there. They'll have heard that in Capers, as you can see scopes on it. 3 kills for him. So only the 1 kill. They didn't really invest much into it, to be fair. Like U4X, they didn't they're just some sidearms, nothing else, no grenades,
Yeah.
nothing. They can get good buy-in. They still have that chance of messing around with Fierce's money here. Like on the first half, I would not have said it's a scrappy game, but the second half's been a lot more scrappier than it probably should be.
Very back and forth. Every round has been quite close, and it's left us in a pretty equal position the entire time.
So a much slower round this time from U4X. We've seen a lot of fast-paced rounds from them. I would argue that playing it slow against Fierce would probably be their downfall. Because that's probably what they're more focused to, but instead FSAN proves my points otherwise. He actually goes aggressive when he doesn't need to. Thankfully bailed out by Swaggy getting a trade on the other side of the map. So it's still a 4v4. Resd is really low as well. And they still have a full minute to play with though.
Four on 4, 55 seconds on the clock, and U4X, what can they actually achieve into this one? Where's going to be the final play? Ton of utility, still a fair bit of time, but currently just playing that default, just holding their angles.
Yeah, you can tell they don't really know where their end goal is like, either. It's quite awkward from a spectator standpoint. Ooh. Double drop comes through, but Emin gets the 1 and damage is the main thing. So that should be telegraphed information that it's going to be an A-side play. There's only 20 seconds left. Hype did see a player in ladder that he needs to try and get back in time. There's only 15 seconds left. If they get the bomber on the way in, they've won the round.
Swag with the first, takes on Trix. Hype, the double down, eliminates Crit, and it is all on trials. A 1 versus 3, trying to find the kills, but cannot do it. Hype will finish him, and Fierce get themselves the 13th.
Yeah, that's what I meant by playing it slow, because you do just, I wouldn't say like run out of ideas, but you at least get into a situation where you're forced into just making a last second ditch call, just going A or B, you go to one of them and you don't really have any, not information, but like you don't have any execute possibility, you have nothing, no special flashes, no smokes, anything like that. And you look like headless chicken in the end, really, because it looks like you had no intent from the get-go. And FSAN, he's looking to go even more aggressive. That's the second time he's died going aggressive in the last few rounds. Emin is here though. Technically he could have stopped the plant, but instead plays for the upper control instead. Because of that, the Res was so afraid that he was going to peek in, but he didn't even bother for the plant till just now.
Yeah, that's easy pickings when Emin finally does go for the extension, so Res will be eliminated. That is 14-10. A much better position to be in now for Fierce. If they get this next round, that'll bring them up to a 15-10 scoreline. At that point, it should be pretty smooth sailing before they close down the game. And they are the team I still favour at this point on train.
Yeah, I feel like the crux is starting to show from U4X's T side, right? Like, the longer it goes, the worse it gets for them, unless they start doing aggressive plays like this. And unfortunately, it might be too late, because they've managed to get enough money on that CT side to have the double up for quite a few rounds now. And the defense is showing. It's just Trials left, he's low. Stuck on blue train as well, it's a horrible position.
He is up there. What can he actually do from this position as he slowly pushes around, or spams into the head, kills Fazan, looks for more, but the sideline shot from Emin will dispatch him. 15-10 now, as this game seems like it will be going in favour of Fierce Esports, Ben.
Kind of as we expect from the get-go, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because ultimately, that first half should have been more one-sided than it was. Second half now, as soon as Fierce got enough money in their hands, they were able to get, the double AWP out. They clearly are most comfortable when they have 2 AWPs available on the CT side of this map. And it is showing, like, U4X, they don't have much to it. We wondered if it was an actual team. It looks like more of a mix. Still does right now as well. FSAN dying first again. Probably like the 4th round in the last, 5 maybe, 6. But then again, U4X, they've got 2 opening kills this time. A tag comes through from Capers, that sends the alerts, they have to go towards A. Swaggy's on his own there. He needs to get a lot of kills. He did this quite a lot early on in this half. Can he get it done this time?
Keep coming through, Swaggy with the AWP. What can he actually find? Nothing at all, apart from a deagle bullet straight from Trix into the head, as he will be eliminated, which is never really ideal. Ooh, Hype trying to peek out to see if he can get the shots off, but isn't able to muster up anything too tasty. It's not going too well at all here, Ben. It's just Capers left in a 1 versus 4, and Capers does actually get shut down.
Yeah, so the round goes well for them purely because they got those 2 opening kills, right? That was a big part, which they haven't had so far this half. But it's all going to be on F-Stand for me. Like, he's died first in the past 3 rounds. Like, he was lucky to be bailed out the 2 before that. He finally gets, you know, punished for it last round. If he does it again, I'll be very surprised.
Ooh. Here we go. Capers could actually get the early pick here. Scoped in on the angle. If they do push through and try and execute in towards the B site, he will have that first contact. They don't want to make that mistake, though.
Not just yet. It is Trials and Crit both there. I was going to say, if there's a flash to come through, instead they're going to nade it and actually peek her. So the nade didn't really do too much to that peek for Capers. It was more that he just kind of got shocked about the double peek. And yeah, there's 1:05 on the clock. Fear's got so many grenades still. He got 4 smokes. Just used the 4th one actually then. Can't feel like it's just a matter of time now. 55 seconds. They have to choose a site to go to. Somebody needs to get that bomb. If they go towards B, I can't help but feel like it's bad news. I feel like the same towards A unless they get an opening pick very early on.
It's risky. It's now or never, really, Ben, as time starts to tick away. They do get the initial kill. Ghosty takes down Emin. They start to execute. A couple of players pushing out towards the A site. Swaggy gets contact, but can't do too much with the M4 he has in his hands. Molotov dashed out near him. Push coming through from Pop Dog as well. He'll get a critical kill, and his teammates assist him.
Gone as well.
And it is only 3 players that remain now for U4X, and time is ticking away. They have to grab that bomb and beeline it towards one of the sites. They've only just picked it up.
He's going towards B.
Oh, this is a struggle.
That's not the site that's closest to you. But he will actually get there in time. But the question is, will there be a player to stop him? It doesn't look like it. He's going to get this bomb down. But how well can Trials position himself?
Oof, Trials. A big frag to find, but can he get any more? The backstab will come through. It's only onto 1 man now. Crit in the 1-on-3. He needs to win this to keep them in the game as the push comes around, but the sideline kill from Hype. That is going to be a 16-11 scoreline, and Fierce Esports will close it down.
Not too surprising result-wise, but you've got to be thinking. That first half of Fierce, they lost to Eco twice. They lost the following rounds from those Ecos twice. They lost the gun round fully because of a silly mistake as well. That could well have been a 14-1/2. Instead it was 9-6, and that resulted in us having a closer scoreline, like we did just have the match.